A 30-year-old North Dakota man would do his friend a solid by babysitting his friend's young daughter. Unfortunately, the now babysitter would not survive the night. Hello, true crimerers. This is the case of Ryan Rogina. Viewer discretion is advised. Ryan Rogina was born on March 15th, 1990 in Bismarck, North Dakota. He was always described as a very independent and driven young man. He loved working on cars, on bikes. He loved skateboarding. He loved to hunt. And he very much loved playing guitar. In 2016, Ryan would move from his home in North Dakota all the way out to Greeley, Colorado. On the evening of October 30th, 2020, Ryan would go to a good friend of his, their home, because his friend just wanted to, go out and have a night on the town. Ryan said, "Hey, I'll babysit, your daughter for you." Several hours later, the mom would come back to the house with a friend, and when they began to walk on the driveway, they noticed someone lying on the ground next to Ryan Rogina's pickup truck. At closer glance, it was Ryan, and he was very obviously deceased. He had been shot. The friend stayed behind with Ryan and called 911, but the mom would also get on her phone as she ran towards the house to go check on her daughter, of course, and she's also calling 911. As she gets to the front door, a man comes out with a gun in his hand and points it directly at her. It looked to her as if he was momentarily deciding whether or not to shoot her, and she just froze in panic, but then the guy just took off. And the friend on the driveway also had the gun pointed at them too. And the shooter decided to, again, not shoot this person, and then they took off again. And at this point, the shooter has just completely fled the scene. But the mom runs into the house. She goes to look for her daughter, and she finds her daughter on the ground, hiding kind of in and out of a closet, and she was still alive, but it appeared that she had been attacked. When the girl was brought to the hospital, they would see that she had petechias, if I'm saying that correctly, in her eyes. And it appeared that because she was unconscious, but it appeared that she had been strangled by someone, manually strangled. Thankfully, this person did not finish the job, and she would survive, and she would be released from the hospital within a day or so. The mom, the friend, they all gave descriptions of what the shooter looked like, because they all got a pretty good look at him. The police determined, because there was a shell casing by Ryan's truck, and that's where his body was found, and the door was open. So it's believed that what happened was the unknown suspect at this time went to this house randomly, tried to steal Ryan's car. Ryan saw this, went out to the driveway, and confronted the man, probably not realizing he had a gun, and then that's when the gun went off. And then for some reason, the man went into the house, saw that there was a person there, a witness, and so decided to strangle her. But before he could actually steal the truck, because he didn't know where the keys were, he was right there in front of the mom. So his whole plan apparently was blown, and so he fled. Literally within hours, a neighbor in a surrounding neighborhood would report that their Dodge Challenger had just been stolen. Police had found another vehicle that was reported stolen, and in that vehicle was apparently something that would point them to a man by the name of Trevor George. Apparently he abandoned this pickup truck and then stole the Dodge Challenger. They were able to basically trace his cell phone, and they were able to ping exactly where he was, and they realized he was in the vicinity of where the shooting took place and then where the Dodge Challenger was stolen. So they were pretty confident that he was the guy. They were able to track him and the Dodge Challenger down to a gas station. This was in Fort Collins, Colorado. They had to taser him, but they were able to arrest him. They then charged him with murder and also with grand theft auto and, attempted murder and other things. This was right at the beginning of COVID, so his trial was pushed back because of that. But he was also supposed to be looked at by a psychiatrist, and they deemed he was not competent to stand trial. So not only did COVID push it back, but now this incompetency apparently is pushing his trial back indefinitely, because as of right now today, he still has not gone to trial. He hasn't pled guilty to anything because he is apparently of not sound enough mind to go to trial. So this will be kind of an ongoing thing. But they're pretty confident that this is their guy, that eventually he'll be found guilty, hopefully. Man, some people just kill, just way too easy. Like, it's just nothing to them. What? I can't even kill like an insect without going, oh. But that is it for today's short time true crime. I will be back with you guys tomorrow for a long true crime story. Until then, I'll see you for the next case, true crime Roonies. Oh, I like the 1920s style. See, man.